Hey guys, so I don't know what the fuck happened to the audio in this episode, but, well, I kind of do, but it's beside the point. There's a point in this episode where Scott starts sounding like a robot, and it's very grating. It's kind of funny, but it kind of ruins a moment in the... It's fine. This episode's a mess, so I don't blame you if you want to skip it. I think the robotness starts around the 20-minute mark and ends around, like, the 25-minute mark, so... There's like a good 5 to 7 minute period where Scott just sounds like a goddamn robot. So I apologize for that, but it does clear up. We're still figuring out audio issues, which is very apparent in this episode. So bear with us. We're getting new equipment that will hopefully air out all the problems that we've been having, and we can monitor and everything. That's not important to you. Here's an episode.
The information superhighway, an online network called Internet.
This is really unprofessional, Scott. This is incredibly unprofessional.
No, that's fine.
You know, I'm just trying to do a podcast. You're just being really unprofessional right now.
You're recording right now?
Yeah.
All right.
This is very unprofessional.
We'll talk about your hair later. I have to go.
Scott, you're being very unprofessional. I really don't appreciate this.
You're saying I'm disrespectful. She's saying I'm disrespectful.
Yeah, because you are. God.
And she flipped me off at the last second.
Good.
Unbelievable.
I'm leaving all of that in.
Well, we don't have Nolly's consent.
I'll ask.
Well, see, now I said her name, and now everyone's going to...
I feel like they would know.
Be like, who is it? Do you think they would recognize her voice, someone who has never spoken on a NerdSync program before?
She has never spoken, ever.
I did get some people, because we were for Throwback Thursday, she did post the comment that... she posted on a video, and then I responded to, and that was what began our friendship. And then people asked, some people private messaged her and asked if we were dating. And then my response, she sent me that, and I was like, well?
Wait, I feel like I have to cut this now.
You don't have to. I don't mind talking about any of this. It's an off thing. If you want to cut it out, you can cut it out.
No, this is half your podcast.
Okay. I am the host. You're the co-host.
What's this? What are we doing here?
Well, currently we're enduring a very high-pitched noise. So I think this episode of the podcast is going to just be how far Dylan and I can go before we get tinnitus.
That's too long.
Too long?
Yeah.
All right.
Short it up.
We'll title it the...
Stretch her up.
Because in my headphones, I sound like I'm on a drive-thru. We're going to call it the Drivethru Podcast. Wait, do we say podcast in each of the titles?
No, that's next time. Next time, or the next 10 is the online something.
The online something. Okay.
We just call it Drivethru.
Yeah.
Drop the and the podcast.
Fine. Can we call it Drivethru Tinnitus?
No, I already closed the quotation mark.
But Dennis is the one who's putting these up.
Yeah, but the book is gospel.
Do you show Dennis the book before he puts anything up?
No, but if he challenges the book in any way, I'll fire him.
How would he know if he's challenging? You're leaving him to the wolves, Dylan.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's up to.
That's what my employees do.
Employees?
We don't pay you, Dennis. I'm sorry. Dennis.
That's not true. I did pay him earlier today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess he's your employee.
You don't pay him. That's the...
Dennis, if you want a pizza and Scott hasn't paid you in a while, hit me up. I'll send you a pizza.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all.
But just so everyone, for the rest of the podcast, just so you guys know.
Just so you know.
We set up a new system so that we can monitor ourselves, because prior to this, we were just... just talking into microphones, and we were not able to hear it, but we were sitting a little bit away from each other, so it was fine.
But now
we have a very complicated system set up where we have our headphone things going into a splitter, going into a hub where we can monitor our audio individually. And then for me, I know you said it sounds fine to you. For me, it genuinely sounds like I'm coming through a walkie-talkie.
So I don't understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're Do you think it's the port that you're in?
Potentially, but
Did we try switching ports?
we haven't tried switching ports. You want to try switching ports?
Sure.
All right, let's try this.
We're trying it right now.
We're trying switching ports, and so far no audio's coming out.
Oh, no. Well, have you turned it up all the way?
This thing?
Yeah, try turning it up all the way.
All the way?
Yeah.
One didn't need it all the way.
How
No.
about now?
Oh God, that's way worse.
That's terrible. Try 3.
All right. Good thing we have several
How about
things
now?
going on. Hello.
How about
No,
now?
all of these are bad.
Maybe it's your adapter.
It's the same adapter as yours.
Yeah, but it's not the same one.
It's not the same. Well, now this one's not even working. Now the
Jesus
first
Christ.
one's not working.
How old is this amp?
I mean, I bought it in maybe 2013. So it's like 4 years old.
You want to go halfsies on a Tascam?
Hold on. Let me just see. Because now I'm just not getting anything. This was a bad decision. Why did we do this?
Oh, no.
Yeah, we can go.
This podcast is a nightmare.
We can go halvesies. I don't.
Cool.
I'm literally.
That would be really helpful for me, too, because then I could finally pull the trigger on an XLR mic for my show and have not god-awful audio.
Yeah, that would be good. Well, I mean, it also depends. I feel like my audio. I'm very picky about my audio, and I've been struggling with it lately.
I have a Smart Lav Plus, and it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
That's a Rode, though. People love Rodes.
Sure, but like I don't know who I was talking about with it, but maybe it was I don't know who, but I was complaining. Oh, maybe it was Andrew or the film guy or something. I was on a stream and I was editing a show with reviews or something, and I was complaining about how I hated my audio because I've become increasingly picky about it, and. I was like, I have this mic, and somebody looked it up and was like, yeah, that's a terrible mic. And I was like, well, thanks.
Yeah, I had a Smart Lav, I think, at the start, because I was just using it, plugging it straight into my phone, because that's how you're supposed to, or it's not really how you're supposed to use it, but that's how they're marketing it. That's how they market it as. You just plug it into your phone.
I like to.
I'm sorry.
I just want to mention Scott is like having a real tough time trying to get the monitoring back.
We just got it working, and now I can't get it to work again. So I'm pulling out a different pair of.
This is going to be a very behind the scenes podcast thing because we're trying a million new things. Mm-hmm. Because we've also made the decision that we're probably never going to stream these again, just because it's a lot more setup, and I don't think either of us really care.
No, not really.
It also takes way longer.
Boy, so it's not my headphones either. I don't know what's wrong.
But and we also switched the way that we're recording. So we're recording an Audition instead of OBS. And I also wanted to mention that you're now wildly quieter than I am for some reason.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Your splitter's acting up. That's the
Is it?
problem. Yeah, there's exposed wires.
Oh, well, no, you're messing with the sweet spot.
I'm sorry.
No, not the sweet spot. Wait, do you sound fine now?
I mean, I can hear it.
Okay. Wait.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, but it's not in the sweet spot anymore.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
No, now I can't hear anything.
What is happening?
That is not the sweet spot.
Sweet spot for me. All right. So another issue we had earlier is that for some reason, unless we have it like unplugged like halfway, the splitter is how we're plugging into this one thing to monitor.
I think I got this figured out. Okay.
Oh, now I can. Can you hear?
No,
I can hear.
I can't hear anything.
Both.
All right. So I think I figured this out. I do think this splitter's having problems.
Okay.
Because I feel like if you and I switched,
I would experience the same thing.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
Is this fun for everybody?
Everybody look to your right.
Oh, God.
Sorry. When we plug cords in, sometimes there's a very loud noise. No, I
can't hear anything.
I can
either.
hear you.
Okay, now
I can't hear me.
Now I can hear. You can't hear?
I can't hear you. I can hear you, but only in one ear.
Okay, I can hear also me only in one ear.
Okay, hold on. What if we...
This is the best podcast.
Okay, now I can hear your mic.
All right. Nothing.
Nothing?
I mean, it's doing this weird thing where it's... I almost want to... I can hear it.
Both?
Just me.
Just you?
Mm-hmm.
What the frick frag? How about now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
How about now?
Nothing.
What if we did like.
Now.
How about now?
I still cannot hear you.
You can hear you though.
Not now.
How about now?
This is like, you know what this is like? This is like a checkup at the doctor's where they're like,
Does that? Can you feel that?
no, I can't. I can hear me. I can hear me, but I can't hear you still.
You can hear. You can hear you.
I can hear nothing now.
Nothing now. Okay,
Because
so
you keep adjusting it. So now I can hear me perfectly. Can you hear me at all?
I can hear you in one ear.
Okay.
In the left channel.
This is a nightmare.
So I think whenever I can hear you in both ears, you can't hear anything. But whenever
Correct.
you can hear you in both ears, I only hear you in one ear, and no one hears me at all.
I honestly feel like a big part of this is the splitter and this adapter. I feel like this is the flaw.
We got an adapter that when fully plugged in, I can't hear. Well, maybe it's not the adapter. Maybe it is just fully the splitter.
But we tried different splitters. I mean, I don't know. Maybe every splitter is.
Well, did we
bad?
try this with my headphones plugged into it? Just straight up?
Just straight up?
Yeah.
What, like plugged into this adapter?
Yes.
I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
so. As
that's
well.
right. 'Cause, yeah, we swapped it out.
So then so my splitter is broken,
Yes.
and this 1/8" adapter that we just bought is broken.
Correct.
Fantastic.
I can still only hear me, but thankfully you are not too far away from me that I can hear you.
Well, I can't. Hold on. Wait.
Okay.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Wait, one of those just wasn't plugged
Yes,
in.
one of them wasn't plugged in all the way.
Okay, but I still can't hear. Maybe this needs to go back. Okay, now I can hear me.
Now
I can hear me and you.
I can hear just you in one ear.
Okay, so this was the problem I was having.
How about
before.
now?
Right now, currently nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
How about now?
nothing.
How about now?
I can hear. Yes, right there.
I can hear in the right channel
So,
now.
yeah, I can do right as well.
Both?
No, just right.
No. I mean, like both of us.
Yeah, both is right.
Both is wrong.
God, I hate this. And then intermittently, there's like a loud buzzing noise.
This is the worst podcast in existence.
Why did we start?
I'd listen to this. This is good entertainment.
This is two men. What is this? The 15th episode of this podcast or something?
It's the 14th.
14 episodes in, and we're still having problems.
How about now? What do you hear?
I can hear me and not you.
In both ears?
No, wait, I hear a little bit of you.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
Oh,
turn
I might
yourself
be able
up.
to as well.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Mostly just in the right, but a little
How
bit in
about
the
now?
left. I mean, this is fine. This works for
You
me.
can hear me?
Yeah.
I can only hear. Hold on. Say something.
Hello.
Say something again.
Hello.
Okay. It's very quiet in this ear.
Yeah, same. So it's quiet. It's quiet here. It's fine.
Let's
in
find
the
the sweet
right.
spot. How about
Dylan,
now?
that was fine.
Can you hear
I
everything?
can't hear anything,
Anything?
now. Why
Zero.
would you
Are you deaf
change
now?
it? That was the best we had.
How about now?
This is fine. This is actually perfect.
But it's not for me.
okay. I don't care about you.
What?
Wait, hold on. But like, what do you mean it's not perfect for you?
I can only hear it in the left channel.
But you can hear at least because every time you
I feel like
change it,
this is worse than no headphones.
is it?
It's just very off-putting to me.
I think it's fine. Here, let's change cables again.
Okay. There's another loud noise. The like. Okay, so if you've ever like plugged in, there's no feedback. Oh, the feedback's back. Never mind.
It might also be the splitter, but I can
Yeah.
hear now. Is this fine?
It's only in the left channel.
Yeah, nothing changed.
Hold on.
I'm also. Nope, nothing.
No, damn it. How about what if I like spin
This
it
is-
around?
Okay.
How about now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Right there's good. No.
Right here's
Nope.
good?
Nope.
No?
Nothing.
Right here.
Yes.
God fucking damn it.
I almost feel like when I changed cables just then.
You ruined everything.
No. I almost feel like when I changed cables just now, I put them back where they were. Nothing.
What the fuck?
Dylan, every time it's good for you, it's nothing for me. But when it's good for me, at least you
It's
can
half
still
for
hear.
me.
We
But it's
have
terrible.
to think of what's fine.
How about now?
Nothing.
I didn't even do anything. I,
I
just
think
moved.
it's just. I think it just bumped on its own.
Something just changed. Wait a minute.
I hate this.
Hold on.
So much.
We have another male-to-male cable we could try.
Oh, we do. Do you think that's the problem?
Probably not.
It's
but
not.
It's the splitter. It has to be the splitter.
It has to be the splitter. They're like exposed wires, and it's just. I remember us having problems with it before. This is real bad for me. Do you want to hear
can't
what
hear
I hear?
anything? Yeah, sure.
No, because it's not that I can't hear anything. It's that what I hear is like, it's gobbledygook. It's just nothing.
Whoa!
You hear
what
it?
The fuck?
It's terrible.
This is worse than a drive-through.
Yeah,
This is
that's
terrible,
what I'm saying.
Scott.
That's what I'm saying. When you're
Whoa.
like, when it's fine for you, that's what it is for me.
Wait, really? Hold on.
Yes,
But like, oh,
but that's fine.
this is what I hear. When
And that's not good enough for you?
no.
That's like
I think it's
weak.
a little worse on mine.
Okay, because it's weak on one side, but it's not completely off.
This is terrible.
Dylan, this is
I was getting a little bit on the right with yours,
Okay.
but with mine, I don't hear anything.
Do you want to just trade headphones for right now?
No.
Okay.
I like these. They're comfortable.
But okay.
Those are little baby headphones for babies.
What do you mean they're baby headphones for
Baby
babies?
headphones, a baby game for babies.
I don't understand what you mean. They seem fine.
They're just smaller.
Are your ears large?
Potentially.
Okay. Mine are fully inside of these ear cups.
Tell me more about that.
I will. So, guys.
We're not done with this.
No.
What if
Are
we-
you still... Okay.
What if we tried moving this again?
Moving what again?
So now I can hear both. You can't hear anything?
No.
What if we... You do it. You're closer.
Okay.
We're troubleshooting some more. I hope this is interesting, or at least amusing. It's probably not
It
interesting.
is
but
nothing. It's
Nothing?
the exact same.
nothing.
Are you taking notes?
No, I just wrote more troubleshooting because we're still on troubleshooting.
I feel like it would be beneficial if you were taking notes of all the solutions we've tried.
we have no solution.
Well, I said all the solutions we've tried.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that doesn't change anything. I don't understand because it was fine when we started and then I unplugged it.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
You can't hear anything?
No.
Like at all?
No.
How about now?
Wait, let me turn it up. Yes.
Okay. So now I can just do the left again. So those are our two options.
These are our two
Either
options.
you hear nothing and I'm great, or you hear everything and I suffer.
Yeah, but it's suffering less than what I'm suffering.
God.
All right.
I can't believe the splitter is the problem.
Looking at the splitter, I can 1,000% believe.
Why are
that.
these a thing?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
What, splitters?
No, because these are like headphone microphone specific splitters.
Yes. So for everyone at home, Dylan is describing a splitter where it
It's
goes
just one and in and one and out?
Well, yeah.
Well, why can't they both be both?
So you can, I guess it's like you can do a pass through.
Female.
I don't know.
make
Basically it's a splitter
splitters.
where one of the females is an out like a headphone and one of the females is an in like a microphone.
Yeah.
And you'd think that they would work both ways, but they do not.
That's why I thought they were broken at first because I didn't see the like little
Now
things on them.
I've had one of these where
Yeah.
it's USB, and this
Oh.
allows you
Interesting.
for something that it basically works as like almost a preamp
Uh-huh.
where you can plug in a like a headset. What's the solution?
Took this earphone off and you talking in the real world fills it in.
Yeah, it's all right. That works for me.
It's a little bizarre.
I cannot hear you all anymore.
What?
Yeah, you're very quiet.
Wait, hold on.
Maybe it's just a microphone.
Yeah, maybe it got. Ooh,
There we go.
hello. I just touched it. I didn't even move it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait.
mic's weird.
Wait. Okay, no, it's still all right. That's
All right.
Nah, can you still hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I don't understand anything in the world.
We have so many problems.
This is the most problem-riddled podcast. Go listen to the audio for episode 9? It's awful.
Yeah.
Or no, 8. The one with Celeste.
Almost last.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because that was when we didn't even have these mics.
That's true.
That was because 9 was the elephant in the room and 10 was childhood.
Yeah, okay. And then so we were doing like 2 Sams and Go mics and then a
Snowball. Yeah.
I don't never mix microphones with everybody.
No.
It's complicated.
Especially, I don't understand.
But yeah. All right. This is fine. This is gonna annoy you.
No, this is much better than any. I feel like for some reason, I probably know why. Because
What?
these are also noise canceling. So having this on here
Yeah.
is making it hurt more to listen to than just having room tone.
Okay.
And also our voice is filling it in the real world.
Do you mean having that obnoxious high pitched noise?
No, I still hear that.
No, I'm saying that
Are you saying that that's worse because those are... Because you're not getting room tone to fill it in?
No. It's just because I don't hear anything through this. So it's like one ear is being noise canceled. So I don't hear anything through here.
Gotcha.
But if I take it off, then our voices without the monitor is filling it in.
Fair enough.
So I just have a lower quality right channel.
Cool. You look like you're about to inflate like a balloon. Just what was happening?
I was burping.
Okay.
I have weird burps. They don't make noise. They just kind of like gas just comes up and then it releases.
Fair enough. Can we get it real gross and personal for a second?
Sure.
When I was in the 4th grade,
I thought I was gay.
Childhood episodes, you know.
Isn't that a Macklemore song?
Probably. No, when I was in the 4th grade, I was in the middle of class, and it was dead silent. We were working on assignments.
Oh, no.
I farted real loud.
Oh, no.
But hold on.
No.
This was the weirdest part to me. Nobody reacted.
What?
Not a single person.
You hit the
even
jackpot.
reacted. I was looking around like I was about to, like, I don't even know what I was going to do. And everyone was just busy. Not even the people directly next to me were bothered to get up from their work. And it was one of the weirdest moments of my life.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. Maybe it was a glitch in the Matrix, and you seized out for a minute and only thought you fart.
You know what happened? Moments before then, I had I asked to go. Yes. I asked to go to the bathroom, and I came back, and so when that happened, in my brain, I filled it in, 4th grade childhood brain. In my brain, I filled it in, and then I'm like, maybe the teacher said something about, like, you know, how nobody should make a sound during the next assignment. Or like, or just like any, I don't know, because I wasn't there, and there was something that I missed that made it so everyone definitely heard me, but they just not even any reaction, not even like anyone looking up or anything like that, just like as if it was invisible. And
Huh.
It was weird.
That's something that I was like deathly afraid of in just school in general, because I don't think I ever it never actually happened to me where I farted and people made fun of me, but for some reason I was just very aware and afraid of that, on top of like my stress would show itself, my anxiety would show itself in the form of me having stomach aches without actually having to poop.
Right.
So people thought I was goofing off in the bathroom every 10 minutes. But I'm like, no, I don't want to shit in this classroom.
Yeah, that was also strange to me, like, because you talked about having stomach problems as a kid.
Yes.
Before, and when you say stomach problems, my instinct is to think nausea, but you meant like bowel problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that? Is that not a stomach problem?
It is. It's just not what my brain goes to. When you say stomach problems, I think you're about to throw up.
What? That doesn't compute.
Because that comes directly from the stomach.
So does poop.
No.
Well, I always refer to it as stomach problems because my stomach hurt.
Yeah.
Not my intestines.
Okay.
My dick didn't hurt.
Okay.
Just my...
What?
Just my, it's in that general area. It's in that neighborhood.
Sure.
The intestines.
But like, I don't know, when I think stomach problems, I think of either like you're gonna throw up, or you have something like acid reflux or something, like something that is actually directly involved with your specific stomach, and not just like the entire process.
No, I meant the street version of stomach.
Okay. Straight rules. I get you.
But no, I would my anxiety, because I didn't know what anxiety was. So my body was just like, oh, you got to shit every 12 seconds, even though you don't. You just go in there and make a really dry fart and then stay for a couple minutes and then go back to class and be ashamed of yourself.
I just want to point out this episode went from us fumbling around with audio equipment to just talking about bathroom problems.
Yeah.
So very niche audience is going to hit.
I feel like this podcast in general is for a very niche audience.
That's true.
Nobody. What do we?
Yeah.
Do you have? Who listens to this?
Who listens to this? A lot of people.
Really?
We've gotten mail in the PO box from people saying how much they love listening to this and flashback flicks, not the Nerd Sync podcast. Which is, they didn't specifically say that I hate the Nerd Sync podcast. They were just saying that I love listening to the online podcast and flashback flicks.
I want to try something.
Okay.
If you're listening to this right now and you have a Twitter account, tweet both Scott and I verbatim, go fuck yourself when you listen to this.
Individual tweets or one thing?
Just one group. You can tag the online podcast Twitter as well.
What happens if they're a person like me who doesn't really feel comfortable cursing?
All right, we'll change it to go frick yourself.
Okay.
Or how about we'll make even more specific. Just say egg salad sandwich.
Yes, that's way more specific.
Say that.
Tweet at us. I'm at Scott Nicewander.
Because I'm at Orem Alexander. And then,
By the way, my name's Scott.
And I'm Dylan. Hi.
I always forget introductions.
Yup. And also, let's say it at the same time now.
Okay.
The podcast Twitter is at AnlinePod.
Okay, that'll work out.
Try it again. At Nango Podcast. All right, one more time.
What noise is that?
Can you hear now? This is my favorite episode of this podcast. Wait, I can't even hear now. Hold on.
No, I can't hear a thing.
Wait, how
Why
about now?
did you change it? Okay, yeah, I can hear now.
Can you hear you?
Yeah, I can
All
hear
right.
me.
We'll try one more time.
Okay.
It's at an online podcast.
An online podcast.
Ooh, welcome to the Drivethru.
Oh boy, I did want to just say really quickly while we're on the topic. I'm literally crying right now.
Yep.
I want to get back to that, but like really quickly. I just wanted to touch on the fact that the Nerd Sync podcast is ending temporarily, but this is not going anywhere. Despite all of the audio problems that we're having, we are persevering and we are sticking through this.
Our goal is episode 300, and
Yes.
we'll have Dennis on.
And then we end the show full stop.
Yeah, just abruptly at 300. We're like, and catch us next time, and then there's never a next time.
Yeah. Can I just I want to talk about because yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So when I laugh, I tend to cry a lot when I laugh, like a lot. I feel like it happens way easier for me than other people. Do you cry a lot when you laugh?
No, I just cry a lot in general.
All right.
No, I don't. Sometimes I'll cry when I laugh.
Yeah. It happens if there's just like one really good joke, then it's just immediately. I remember watching. You ever watch the movie The Bucket List?
Maybe.
It's got Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson.
I don't know who those are.
Okay. One of them was in Star Wars as Mace Windu.
It took me a minute. Who's this other one in what?
The other one.
Be more racist? Dug yourself a hole there.
Oh no, I was trying to connect Jack Nicholson to. I was gonna connect him to Dennis Quaid, but I couldn't. That's not a very good connection to me. Anyway,
back to your thing.
One of the things on the bucket list was laugh so hard that I cry. And I was like, why did it take you like 60 plus years to cross that off your bucket list? That happens to me once a week.
Because it's real sad. The one time, okay, there are times that I'll cry when I laugh, but it's only where I'm in a fit.
Yeah.
Like there are, I can segue into something I want to talk about in a minute here, but certain bits that I've watched on SourceFed videos have made me die.
Yeah.
Most of them involving Steve Barrel-Blogla.
Yeah. He's great.
But yeah, there's a on their podcast a couple of times I've exploded. And also little plug. Not that they need to plug.
Yeah.
But their him and Mike Falzone's podcast, Dynamic Banter, is also very prime for that type of laughter.
You showed me a little bit of that once.
The ET in a dress.
That was another one that made me laugh really hard and I cried.
Yes.
But yeah.
God, I love that. Those people are incredible.
were incredible.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to segue
I
into.
figured as much.
SourceFed's dead now. It makes me really sad.
How likely do you think that it's an April Fool's joke and that
Not
on
likely
April
at all.
1st?
Because
No,
there's like a press release from Discovery.
it's very elaborate.
They got companies involved. Because they're ending on the 31st, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why people are like, there's still hope. Bernie can still win, guys.
He still has a chance. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm very late to the SourceFed game. So like I mean, I still have never watched SourceFed Nerd, mostly because I don't watch other nerdy things.
Sure.
But SourceFed itself, I'm very late on it. I joined maybe like a year or so ago.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know any of the original hosts, but based on the comments, I know that they are better than anybody.
Best, yeah. No, they're so I don't know. I've been watching SourceFed since it started. Like even before the channel started, because I think I heard like mentions of it when Philip DeFranco was like, I'm starting a thing, go subscribe. So I was subscribed when they were first putting out videos. So I've been watching SourceFed kind of passively, sometimes actively. Since the beginning. And I can honestly say that it has, like, not just SourceFed in general, but the people on there, the hosts have, and any other thing that they did, just it's shaped my personality a lot. So it's real sad to me to see it go. And I'm glad that I was, because a lot of them have podcasts, and a lot of the ones that I want to like continue to be involved with, I'm listening to their podcasts, and that's enough for me. But yeah, I mean, they're the reason that they're like most of how I'm funny stems from just things that I've picked up.
So I have
watching
them to blame.
them. Yes. One of the reasons I wanted to start a podcast with you was because I started listening to Dynamic Banter.
And you were like, we could do a knockoff version of that.
Yeah, called Dynamic Cranter. Drangic Glamour. Glamour. Death's Door. This bit's over.
Yep.
But no. Just sad. It's sad to me. SourceFed was like a thing that it was also kind of special to me because none of my other friends watched it.
Yeah.
And so it was just like my thing. And I don't think any of my friends were even like into that type of humor.
Yeah.
So it was until like Kevin could probably get on board, but I feel like his type of humor is very niche and specific to him. So, but it was like my like people have their little escapes on YouTube escapes, and that's one of them for me. Yeah. So
definitely.
It was a fun time. But now it's
SourceFed was a news channel for anyone who was wondering. It was like a comedy channel that
was mostly comedy. But
that was loosely based on news.
Yeah, it was primarily a news YouTube network where they would do these videos on a white wall called White Walls. We do it. Do you want to try it? And we're on Twitter at
I hate you. You just gave up and were like
but no, they were called White Walls, and basically they would take a news story and then they would write it for two hosts, and they would just like do bits and funny riffing and stuff like that. And it was just a nice, entertaining way to watch the news.
Definitely. I've met a couple people from the SourceFeds, just from at like the VidCons and even the Civil War premiere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Sam Basher and Maude were there. Yeah. And then I met Mike Falzone at VidCon once. He's probably my favorite person. He's so funny. And he was such a nice guy. He was with Steve, obviously, and
because they're married.
Yeah, they are. But Steve was busy talking to somebody else. But Mike was like free, so I got that opportunity.
Nice. Yeah, I want to. Oh, I'm going to VidCon this year.
Yeah, is that confirmed?
Probably.
Okay, that's you can't say something's probably confirmed. That doesn't make sense.
I don't know. If Benny gets me a ticket, then yeah, I'm going. Yeah. Everybody go yell at Benny. Yeah, it's not in his control.
His Twitter is @anonlinepodcast.
Yep. No, but SourceFed's dead. They also did other than the news stuff, they did like I think they called them oddities, which were just any other video where they just kind of had fun in the office.
Like, oh man, those were fun. Like they just did the classics, 2 Truths and a Lie or
they
something
did
like that.
They played they also had the thing that I watched them. Like I pretty much never watched the White Walls because I don't give a shit.
Sure.
But they had a show called Table Talk, which was them just sitting at a table for around half an hour and answering questions from Twitter or Reddit, YouTube or whatever.
Neato.
It was just like conversation starters, and they were funny people, so it would be funny. And then they also had commentary, which was just they would take the 5 videos a week, which used to be like 25. Because originally
they used to do like 5 videos a day.
They would do 5 videos a day, and it would have to add up. All the videos would have to add up to 20 minutes or less of content. That's why it was called 20 minutes or
I don't know this one.
Join in.
What are you talking about?
So the channel originally started with the channel name was SourceFed, but the show they were doing is called 20 Minutes or Less, and the concept of it was every day they would put out 20 minutes or less of content, just news stories.
This is all new to me.
Yeah, that's how it started. And then they like got rid of that branding and just decided to do like video white wall stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, commentary was them like rounding up all the stories that they did that week, and they would talk about comments, and it was funny and fun. And then they had other shows that they swapped out, and if you go back now, it's real sad to look at.
Yeah,
because like the past few weeks, like 2 weeks ago at the time of this recording, they put up a new channel trailer that was like, please subscribe to SourceFed.
Oh no.
And now it's so clear that they were just trying to get back on there so that they didn't, because like they only like a this is like the last week of SourceFed while we're recording this.
Yes.
And they found out, according to them, they found out last week.
Yeah.
Like just a week in advance that all of them were losing their jobs and that SourceFed was being canceled. And I'm sure it's Discovery and stuff, so I'm sure they got like a nice severance or something.
Sure.
And they're all going to be fine because they're all doing other things.
God, I hate that so much of like shows that are run by companies that, obviously everything's the bottom line. Another one that comes to mind where it was just very sudden. Do you remember Indie Mogul leaving?
Yeah.
I
wasn't around when that happened, but
Okay.
like going back and watching because I was just kind of passively watching their videos, and because I was more into Film Riot stuff.
Sure.
And then I went
You
back.
can only
and it was
like
canceled.
one.
With Indie Mogul versus Film Riot.
Oh man. No, but I remember they did a lot of channel evolutions when they were around Indie Mogul, and they went from like doing backyard effects, and then that particular show was canceled because reasons I don't know.
Yeah.
But then they started just doing something called Indie News, which was like basically a somewhere between like 20-minute or so news show about just like film and photography and stuff, and I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Then they also were doing things like, just basic filmmaking tips and tutorials and stuff like that. And then very similar thing happened where they lined up the 2 current hosts, lined up a bunch of brand new programming, and they made like trailers for it and everything. And they were like making these big announcements for like, this is what we're going to bring you. These are the kind of stuff that we want to do. We want to show you this, and that, and blah. And it's going to be a huge rebrand, a huge like big new experience for the Indie Mogul community. And then like that week, I almost want to say it's because they made that kind of big hurrah.
Yeah, everything went
the
down.
company that was funding them, which I think it was just YouTube in general, bought them when they were way back in the day.
Interesting.
And YouTube was like, oh yeah, we forgot you were a thing. We're gonna stop ordering episodes. And then
Whoops.
And they're like, oh no.
Yeah, that
so
sucks.
everything they had planned out, they're like, well, we can't do anything anymore. YouTube stopped paying us.
No.
So we're
Yeah,
just
that
gonna
sucks.
we're just gonna leave.
We're just gonna not anymore. Yeah. It's stuff like the corporate decisions like that are sad, but also I want to make sure that people understand with shows like that, like big YouTube channels that employ like a team of people that are generally sold to a network or something to like pay bills and stuff. That's not one person's fault.
Right.
If the show or the channel gets canceled. Like a lot of people with the SourceFed thing, almost everyone is blaming Philip DeFranco.
He's not even involved with
No,
it.
he sold SourceFed to Discovery years ago, and he started it, and it was his baby. But he like relinquished it to other people, and he was not involved with that at all. So it was fully, I'm pretty sure it was just fully Discovery's decision because
Yeah.
the channel was tanking.
That makes sense.
And like they were doing good. They were getting like back up there in the past couple months, which is why it's also pretty like sad and unexpected. But they just weren't hitting the numbers that were good enough to pay everyone, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. God, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I mean, I've been there.
Yes. I didn't know if we wanted to mention that or not.
No, I mean it should be common knowledge. Although I am getting tweets from people asking where certain hosts are and certain shows are. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It's honestly something that I look back and I'm like, is there any way I could have fixed this?
Yeah.
But I
mean,
feel
it's
like
just for those that don't know what we're talking about. NerdSync a couple months ago, late 2016.
It was like November.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
It reached a point where the channel just wasn't making enough money to where Scott could pay everyone's, pay everyone what they deserved for the work they were doing,
Right.
and support himself. So he had to let everyone go. And yeah, it was just like the channel just, for whatever reason, algorithm, whatever, the channel just wasn't making enough money. So
Yeah.
and it sucks.
Yeah, and if I can be real honest and depressing, I feel like I have not had fun making videos ever since that point.
Oh,
Like
because you don't have a partner in crime.
yeah, it's because I don't have someone to work with.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what makes everything interesting to me, is knowing that there's somebody who's as invested as you.
Yeah.
Because that means that you almost have reassurance that what you're doing is worthwhile, and someone kind of believes in you enough to make to make sacrifices or something, and just kind of endure the journey with you, even if it doesn't bring you all the financial success and whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's been the biggest struggle for me, is trying to continue to do it while also being discouraged with every video that I make.
Well, as long as you gotta think of the future and have fun along the way.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just a proverb. Proverbs 7:12.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about religion.
Everyone tweet at us what the actual Proverb 7:12 is.
Yeah, do that instead of egg salad sandwich.
No, don't actually.
Do both.
Okay.
Look, grab a Bible. If you don't have one, check into a hotel. They got one.
Yeah, much easier than going on the internet
No,
and looking it up.
no, the Bible on the internet
What
could
it?
be anything.
Bible Gateway. That's the one with all the different translations.
I don't know.
I went to Bible school.
Bibles. You ever?
Yes.
You sure?
You know, now that I think that was probably something else.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know how to dig us out of this weird hole that we got ourselves
We
into.
started real crazy and kind of silly, and then we got real sad and depressing real quick.
I was going to say, talk about Mass Effect. That's also kind of real sad and depressing.
No, it's not. I'm enjoying it. I don't know why. Every time I criticize it, people think I hate it. I just criticize the things that I love because I want them to be great. Mass Effect Andromeda came out recently, and it's a game. Mass Effect, the game series, is my favorite gaming franchise ever, because I just love the world, and I'm one of those people that takes the story in the world and just the atmosphere over the actual kind of like gameplay and graphics or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So like I'm willing to overlook all the problems that it has. And trust me, Mass Effect Andromeda has so many problems, and I have not been shy about voicing the problems that I have with it. But that doesn't mean that I hate it. I'm having so much fun with it. I'm very critical of the things that I like.
Sure.
Which is, I mean, that's something that I know Chris formerly from the NerdSync podcast.
Are you guys? Hold on.
Yeah.
Side note: Is it done or is it on hiatus? Because I know in Slack you guys mentioned hiatus. Not done.
It's on a. I guess it's on a hiatus, but indefinitely.
Sure.
So it could come back.
So like source.
Yeah, we gotta change.
That's like
no. Here, can I just tell you? Honestly, we haven't had our final episode recording yet, as of this recording.
Oh, okay.
And so, I mean, if I can just briefly discuss.
Bringing everybody.
Yeah,
That's
no.
ever been on the podcast.
No, I'm not going to do that. That's way too many people. We had like 6 people on the show. 5. I think we had 5 people on the show once, and that was way too many.
Make it rotating.
People couldn't get a word in edgewise.
2 hour spectacular.
No,
with rotating guests
actually,
every 20
you know what?
minutes.
2 hours might not be a bad way to end it.
Yeah.
But we probably won't get rotating guests. That sounds like a hassle. But I will say this. Be ahead of schedule, even though people listening to this will be behind schedule. But the point is, I might not bring the Nerd Sync podcast back in the form that it is. I might just take the ideas from it that worked and spin them off into their own things. The weekly trivia challenge, I think, works as its own thing.
Yeah, I agree.
The reviews and stuff that we're doing, I'm turning those into live streams as I've been doing. And I think those work better on their own.
Down.
Yeah. And I think the episodes that people love the most are the ones that, besides the trivia challenge ones, are the ones that are just discussions. The ones that are just us picking a topic, like
Talking about it.
creating our own what if stories, talking about that, or anything where we come prepared with like maybe the philosophy of Civil War and like discussing that. Anything that's just news based, like we're like, hey, there was a new trailer, people don't really care, which is great because I don't care about that stuff either. It was just something that we could pump out because it was quick and we needed a topic, and I feel like people want that more prepared sort of a thing.
As an actual listener and fan of the Nerd Sync podcast, I wholeheartedly agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
I would love to have like a weekly trivia challenge thing just as its own substantial thing, and also all the like discussion based ones, like the one that I can think of specifically where you guys, it was right off the heels of Should Batman Kill the Joker, that video.
Yeah.
You did a podcast about that.
Yeah.
And that was really fascinating.
People love that episode. I don't remember it at all.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Awesome.
But yeah, stuff like that where, especially when like Bryce whips out his psychologist dick and like throws it around.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments from the podcast is when we were talking about Cyborg in relation to the ship of Theseus.
Yeah, I was going to mention that one too.
That's a good one. And something that stopped the conversation in its tracks were like when Bryce and Chris were like, well, what makes you you is your soul. And I was like, I don't think we have a soul. And they were just like, and I remember, I don't know if Bryce edited this out, but in the podcast itself, it was him going, just like in disbelief that I could even challenge the idea that humans have souls. But yeah, those are my favorite moments.
Yeah. Interesting.
And so I would love to do that, and I would probably not make it weekly, because at least at first, for all of them. Like if we do, I still would want the trivia challenge to be a podcast because it's easier to do that way, and we can have guests on and everything like that every week, or not every week, but however long we do it. It might just be something where it wouldn't be every week, but it might be every 2 weeks, or start off slow, maybe build up. That's gonna be my plan. Is probably get a lot in the bag before we go live with anything else.
I think if you do it like we did it with this podcast, if you get a whole bunch ready
and then
to
premiere
go,
all of them all at once.
well, no, just like slow burn them out and make it all evergreen stuff.
Yeah,
and just have
I think
guests.
The trivia challenge can be fairly evergreen.
Yeah, for sure.
What stops it from being that way is when people, which has happened a lot, including this last episode that we did, the trivia challenge, where both Bryce and Chris were like, so since Logan is out, I have a quiz about and like having that, but having it record or like published months after we record it could be a bit of a problem. But if I tell people specifically, hey, come prepared with evergreen stuff.
I also think, at least in my eyes, I don't care if it's not, if people are mentioning. That's why I'm so lax about it with this podcast, because we're like 2 or 3 weeks ahead with this podcast. So,
and I mean, and
I don't
also
really care about it.
And also, if anyone wants to plan ahead, I can be like, all right, so we're going to record this week, but it's not going to go out until about this month or something.
Yeah.
And then someone will be like, oh, that's when Avengers comes out. And I wonder if I can make a quiz about Avengers for that. And then it'll be topical when it's out, not when we record.
I think being topical is good, but it's not like necessary.
Yeah.
So like, for example, if you happen to have a podcast that is about Avengers when Avengers comes out, that's great. But if you have a podcast about Logan, even though Logan came out whenever ago, that's also great. But like, who cares?
No, this brings up a kind of a complete other side tangent, but I've been posting a lot of videos recently about movies and shows that are like have been out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like Ricky and I did a Powerless video, like 5 episodes into Powerless. I'm going to do a Riverdale video, like 2 months into Riverdale. I did a Logan video, like 5 days after Logan came out.
Yeah.
And I keep getting comments from this one guy who's like, late, like you're late to the game. It was also when Owen kind of critiqued Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
They're like, you're late. So it's like,
I guess that guy cares.
Look, here's the thing. He seems to imply that 2 things with those sentiments. Number one, people can only post things when they are out or before, never after.
I just don't understand that.
But what that also means is that people can never review anything after the fact.
Nope.
So all of your like honest trailers don't exist.
They're bad. They're
Can't
late.
do them. All of the everything wrong withs can't do them. You know, I wonder, but it is interesting. I understand that there's a weird kind of gap in time where if something's old enough that we can just see it as like just like a general critique of that thing. Like if I made a video about the Star Wars prequels, those are old enough that people will be like, oh, okay, you're not trying to be topical. You're just making a video. But if I did a Logan video this week, people would be like, it's still fresh enough that it feels like you're trying to be topical, but you're so late on it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? So I understand that, but like, I don't know. I feel like I should just be able to make videos whenever I want to make videos.
I agree. And with that, I feel like we've been recording for 10 minutes.
Yeah, me too. How long have we been going?
50.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I don't know how.
I feel like we had at least another 20 minutes.
I think it's because we fiddled around for like half an hour.
You're probably right.
With troubleshooting. But we covered a lot of ground, I think.
We sure did.
We had some gaffes.
And some goofs.
Yeah.
And some real moments.
Some deep.
Mm-hmm.
You want to
No.
go to iTunes.
Oh, yeah.
Review this podcast.
Hey.
Rate it.
Yeah, do all that.
Rate.
This is if any of you guys are here from the Nerd Sync podcast,
Thank you.
I'm so sorry this is your first episode.
Did you? Well, this is the best one. You should on that last episode of the Nerd Sync podcast. You should tell everyone to go listen to this one.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay,
that's why
cool.
I'm telling people if this is your first episode
And
from
you
the
should,
Nerd Sync one.
We should have Bryce and Chris on.
Yeah.
If we figure that out somehow.
Good luck. You know.
Wait, are they coming to VidCon? Bryce probably will. Probably not Chris.
Bryce might. Can I just say, Chris went to VidCon 2 years ago.
Oh, did he?
Almost 3 years ago at this point, right?
Uh-huh.
And he had to take time off that he didn't have. So he asked his boss, hey, can I just make up time from this one weekend? He is still making up that time.
Really?
Still.
Huh.
Every year where I'm like, hey, Chris, do you want to go to VidCon again? He's like, I'm still making up the time from the first year I went.
Good God.
So I don't know how. I don't know if that means that he just isn't making up time, but he still has some owed, or if his boss is. From my understanding of it, he can only make up time on specific occasions when, I don't know. It's basically rare occasions when he can work, and it's because they don't pop up very often. Then he's still making up. So I don't know.
Does that mean he can never leave ever?
It means he can never take time off. Until basically forever, I guess. Yeah.
Chris, you got to get another job, buddy.
You got it. I mean, I feel like he loves his job. He does engineering modeling or something like that. I don't know.
Never take a vacation or come visit someone?
Yeah, I don't know.
Chris, come here. Come visit.
Come visit Texas. Yes. Your people. But Bryce may or may not go. He's I don't know. He's gone for 2 years now. Yeah, sure.
We'll get him on this podcast eventually. Can't have 4 people on this podcast. That's too many.
We'll do 4 people? At a time. Yikes.
Look at Bryce, come to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We'll record the online podcast with you.
Woo!
If you're on YouTube, make a comment like.
Can I just say that sounded like the Skype logging on sound?
It kind of did. Can somebody take that and do something with
someone
it?
just make a thing where Skype is opening up and it's just that.
I didn't even mean to do it that time. I'm just that cool. Anyway, go to youtube.com/
NerdSync Podcast.
I didn't know if that was a thing.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Cool, go there.
It'll also
Subscribe.
have hopefully by now
Hashtag
it'll also have the entire archive
Whoa.
of the NerdSync podcast. We're just going to upload those. We're going to upload over 100 episodes in one day at once.
Hell
so
yeah.
if you are subscribed now, well, it probably would have already happened. So
Yeah.
I apologize for crowding your sub feed.
For
But I
those
will
that use a sub feed.
right? I just go to recommended.
So do I. Anyway.
I do go to the sub feed though. I don't. Yeah. I do both.
I do mostly recommended, mostly because I watch like 3 channels and it knows that I watch those 3 channels. So anytime they upload a new video, it just puts it at the top of my recommended.
You know what's interesting?
I'm like, all right.
I know we're closing up.
We're trying to.
I was going to say, like, what's interesting is somebody pointed out that, like, the sub feed's almost redundant because the recommended makes it so you don't even have to subscribe to channels.
That's true.
There are a lot of there are like
Subscribers don't matter.
there are like Overwatch channels that I watch occasionally. I'm not subscribed to them, but I've watched a ton of their videos, and I feel like
Yeah.
I don't need to be subscribed to them because it just continues to be recommended to me, and I hate that. But
Yeah.
it works. It's true.
I'm an old boob tuber,
Yeah.
so I subscribe on principle.
Yeah.
Or if I like, I don't check the sub feed at all, so it's literally useless for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to show my support, even though it doesn't really mean anything.
Sure.
But
I still definitely check the sub feed a lot.
yeah, I used to, but like I don't watch YouTube a lot.
Oh, okay. Done with the sentence. All right.
That's all.
All right. Anyway, yeah, we're over there. You can subscribe if you want or not, but all the podcasts will be over there and on iTunes and SoundCloud. Did we say SoundCloud? It'll be.
No. Did we ever check?
I don't know, but if it is, guess where it'll be? SoundCloud.com/NerdSync Podcast. Which I guess is fine, even though the NerdSync Podcast is ending. All of our things.
It's the NerdSync Podcast Network.
Yeah, it's kind of like the hub of
Yeah.
all NerdSync podcasts. So that works.
it's like NerdSync Podcast is the dad, but he died. So now
Yeah,
they just
so the
carry
children
on.
are running
we're-
rampant.
This would be we're like the deviant son
Yeah.
of the NerdSync Podcast.
Don't forget
family.
to tweet at us, egg salad sandwich, at Scott Nicewander. Perfect. And we'll close the book. of
Jonathan
this one.
Strange and Mr. Norrell.
You keep making that reference, but you've never seen the show.
No, I just like saying Jonathan Strange. How anxious does this make you?
Incredibly.
I'm holding the book like I'm going to close it, but I haven't closed it yet.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was making Scott feel,
No, you're right.
yeah, I'm going to close it.
I believe you.
Do you?
If I swear to God, I'm gonna reach across and close it.
What are you thinking now?
I mean, that's fine, I guess. I don't know.
I put it down for those listening.
It's like it's so close to being closed. It's so close.
It's like a sandwich.
It sure is an egg salad sandwich.
Oh. Oh.
You don't understand. The muscles in my arms are like wanting to make the motion to close it as if.
For any of our viewers who have access to internet, we invite your comments.